Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is not the UK Vape Show, but it is not the UK Vape Show. Obviously, Vic is not feeling very well tonight, so we decided we would go live. We was hoping Adam would join us this evening, but Adam's got in his 90. That's what he said, Sean, wasn't it?
Yeah. He's gone and put his 90 and his fluffy socks on.
He's put his fluffy socks on, his 90, and he's all ready to go. Can everybody hear us all right? I hope everybody can.
I've got the sound turned off, so I can't even check.
No, but you've got earphones on.
I can check, aye.
Yeah. That's the whole point of having earphones on. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, Vic's not very well tonight. He's had a migraine, and then obviously with the last minute part of it, there wasn't going to be a show. I was all set up. Sean was all set up, and we just thought, bro, we'll just go live, didn't
we? Yeah, definitely.
How are you feeling?
Might as well. I'm all right, mate. I'm not too bad. I'm just having myself a little glass of wine.
So
the
what's
Misfits
this now?
guys will be going, oh no.
What's this? You've now moved on to the wine.
I've always been a bit of a wine drinker. I like a glass of wine.
Oh, trouble is,
actually, I like a bottle or two, but I like me wine. Like I always have done. I wasn't too sure about this one because the missus won it on a raffle. So yeah, you know how that is. You know, you've got to smell the bottle and shit and check me.
You swirl it around your mouth. The only trouble with wine with me is that the thing is, it's like 4 glasses and that's a bottle gone.
Yeah.
So then before you know it, you've done 4 bottles of it.
You say that, but no, I mean, you've seen the size of these glasses, man. It's like half a bottle in a glass. Do you know what I mean? And it's wrong, really, isn't it? You know what I mean? They're just encouraging you to drink more. You have 2 glasses of wine, you've done a bottle.
I'm sure a lot of people have heard over the internet about, obviously, my drinking. I do like a little bit of a beer now and again. Only now and again, Sean. And drinking wine. We've done, like, loads and loads of, like, homebrew of wine. It doesn't last very long.
I've never tried that. I've always wanted to. I probably will at some point, but I'd prefer to just go down the shop and buy a bottle of wine I like. Louise
will tell you, we did the Chardonnay, right? 30-odd bottles of the Chardonnay. And
Chardonnay is white, isn't it? Is Chardonnay white?
It's a white, but we actually took a bit out of it one night, and we ended up drinking like 4 glasses each of it, and went, this is beaut. And then something happened, and we didn't distill it. And then it turned a little bit sour, and we just missed that. You know when it tastes absolutely beautiful?
Well, I did a job for a customer once, right? And it was this. He gets 50 bottles or something for really cheap. 50 bottles of red wine. Every so often he'll go and buy them. And at the end of the job, he turned around and said, "Here's a bottle of wine for you." He said, "Just be careful with it because it's about 25% proof." So it's like, fucking hell, that's rocket fuel, that, right? So I gets it home, obviously knowing that it was like a homebrew wine. Gets it home, cracks the lid, has a sniff, and I'm like, "Oh, fucking hell!" Like it was pure. It just stunk, right? So had a bottle of my normal wine, and then I thought, you know what, I'm gonna have a try of that wine. I'm gonna have a try. So poured myself a glass, tasted it. It's fucking gorgeous, mate. Did 3 bottles of red wine that night. I could hardly walk. Honest, I was walking on my head.
There was an old bloke over at Road, right? He used to come out and he was like a home brewer, and he brought me this. Not parsnip. It's red. What are they called? Beetroot wine. And he put them in like a vodka bottle. You know them quarter vodka bottles, and he put it in there, and it just plopped out. And Louise looked at me like, "You gonna drink this?" I went, "I've got to." He says he wants to let me know what it's like.
Oh, and I went, it
was the worst thing I have ever tasted in my life. It plopped out. Let us know in chat if any of you lot actually do a bit of homebrew. Have you actually homebrewed?
Me at all? No. My brother-in-law tried to make beer once, but it didn't turn out very well. It was nice, but it didn't have no fizz and out.
It's you normally have to put like a teaspoon of sugar into the bottles or whatever else.
Well, you know, this was one of them big. Do you know them drums you can buy? You can buy like a big drum, and it comes with all the stuff to do it from scratch. Well, you see it from scratch. You get the ingredients in bags and shit. Do you know what I mean? But he did it, and don't get me wrong, it tasted nice. If it was fizzy, it would have been perfect. But no, it was not.
Poor old Stevie says he's giving you anxiety because you're using that glass.
Right, so there's a bit of a backstory here. I knew for a fact, right, that the Misfits lot would be in here butchering his flavouring wine. So last week after the UK Vape Show, you'll have noticed I had a bottle of wine on the UK Vape Show. And
well,
then,
you said you were going to bed as well, by the way.
Yeah, I know I did. Came off the UK Vape Show, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to go fucking live on Twitch. Fuck it. I'm going to go live on Twitch. So goes, sets all up, puts me green screen up and that, gets set up and that, sets me live away. And the trouble is, with me being in a shed, I can't have my green screen in landscape. I've got to have it portrait. So I've got to pull it up dead tight behind us, and then push my chair in, right? Now, on this chair, the arms are adjustable, and I lift them right up. I realised I'd forgot to get the game off the shelf behind me, so I'm scuttling, turn around, trying to get out of this fucking thing. Over goes my glass of wine, all over me Stream Deck. It went over me and my USB hub. Now it was working fine during the stream. And I came in the next morning.
Turn it off, mate.
Not a thing. It wouldn't have it. So I had to get a new keyboard, new mouse, and new USB hub. And the USB hub I'm having a few problems with. So if my camera and shit goes off today, I'll be back on. My mic should stay on, but if my camera goes off, I'll still be here.
I want to tell you the same sort of story, right? Same story. I was in a nightclub. It was in, where was it? Wakefield.
I told Matt.
And it was called Big Boys. It wasn't a gay club, but it was called Big Boys. And the reason why it was called Big Boys is because the bloke who run it was absolutely fucking huge. So anyway, I was there with the girls singing. We'd gone down to a duo. It was like an hour spot. We were absolutely kicking it. And father-in-law were there. He was our roadie. Brought about 3 bottles of Bud over for me to drink. I put them next to my laptop. I've gone over to change the track or do something on the desk. Knocked it all over the fucking light. And it was just fizzing. So there was no point in me turning it off. It was just like, let's just see how long it goes. And it literally took, I don't know, I think I did about another 10 minutes, and it went. So we were literally 10 minutes before the end of the show, of this hour set.
I was devastated.
Off. So I got no guitar, I got no nothing. Even if I had a guitar, I don't play a cappella. If my brother were there, we'd be all right. If Mark were there, he'd have played. Nothing. So I tried to get him going, and we lasted probably about another 5 minutes, and then that were it. And we went, right, good night, ladies and gentlemen. DJ come on and went over. They went, right, we're only going to pay you half your money. So I went, no, you're not. You pay me all my money. I said, oh, well, literally 5 minutes. Come on, there were a mistake. It happened. Knock us 50 quid off, whatever. I understand that. No, we're paying half your money. So we'll see Oda. Now I'm 6 foot tall, and I'm not very small. Went straight over. This bloke sat on this fucking stool. He looked like Lenny McLean. He's fucking huge. So I went over with this bit of bullshit, because obviously I had a couple of beers. And I went, look, mate, like trying to talk to him straight. And he went, you're not going to get paid, son. And what am I going to do? He's fucking huge. He's got a set of door staff on. I went, it's all right then. No, it's okay. Just pay me what you're going to pay me. They were not going to do. He's absolutely huge. His hands are like 2 of my hands. You know what I mean?
The arsehole just went up.
Mate, I'm telling you, I picked up a double vodka or whatever else he were drinking, or rum, whatever. This glass looked like Andre the fucking Giant. He were that big. If he said it was Saturday, it were fucking Saturday. I were gigging on the Tuesday, but it were absolutely fucking huge.
What, you've ever on tonight anyway, mate?
Not very much, if I'm totally honest with you. We're still moving stuff around, as you can see. We're back to a different angle. We don't like this angle either. We're moving stuff around. But Rich, today, obviously you're a part of the Patreon, so you've got this to come a little bit later on. So Rich, my mate, I've not been out of the club since before Christmas. So Rich sent me a message and said, are you going to come out? Now, Rich is one of my oldest friends. He's 78-year-old. I go away to him to Skeg Vegas, do a bit of watching racing and stuff like that. And he said, you want to come over? So got to about Upper Swan this afternoon. I went, yeah, sod it, I'm going to go over. So I went over, had a couple of games of snooker. Then we had a couple more beers, and it was good. It was lovely to see other people, because obviously I've been working Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then having a Monday off, and then working the Tuesday. And it's been a bit of a nightmare, but it was so lovely just to see him. Mates you haven't seen for ages.
Oh, yeah. It's class. I mean, it's hard as well, because obviously we've all been locked up for, what it was, 2 year where we've been stuck in the house and you haven't been able to go out and see these people that you don't see. I don't really have many people that I haven't seen for ages, apart from like you guys. We'll bump into an expo and we'll have a bit crack. You know what I mean? But when it comes to people that I haven't seen, I stay in the same circles all the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's the same with that. Do you know if you go out to the pub and you bump into people that you haven't seen around or anything like that? Do you know what I mean? You're like, oh, you all right? How you doing? And stuff like that. It's that kind of contact that you're missing as well.
Yeah. I don't do night times. If I'm working, then I'll do night times. But I don't do night times in a way of, like going out and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what I do. I'm an afternoon drinker. I enjoy playing a game of snooker with my mates. It's all right. Lynn sent us a picture. I'm just going to try and get this. So there we go. Right. So
Lynn, who? Which Lynn?
Our Lynn. So we're just going to move over to this.
Oh, I'm trying to think what this is.
Right. So you're not going to be able to see it. Have you got the show up there?
I've got the show up, yeah.
Why is that not showing? You got a clue how that's all showing?
You're not share screen in here. Have you done a screen grab?
You know what?
Have you done where it captures a window?
The image should be there. Cancel. Oh, maybe I'm working the wrong image. Work it, bitch. Work it.
Work it.
Should be
I'm
that
trying
one.
to think what the hell this is.
So yeah, like you said, there's not a lot of us. Why is that not showing? I don't know if you can do that when you're actually live. I'm trying to show, but it's not. It's up at the top, but it's not showing. But yeah, like you know yourself,
Yeah,
you don't see these. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Is it actually up?
Yeah, it's up on the top left-hand corner. Can you not enlarge it a bit?
Ah, there we go. That's the reason why I've not. So I'm surmising she's thinking that we're going to eat one of them things.
Oh, no. She doesn't think. She doesn't think, she knows.
So people, as you know, that we obviously do the charity for the Misfits. I did Fred, which is on the right side. I would like to do Fred again.
Right.
And do you know the reason I want to? Because I think
it's okay. No, mate. You don't need to say anymore. That's fine.
I want to eat. I really want to eat Fred this time.
It's fine. I don't mind. I'll do Fred's little brother in the middle, or his little sister, or whatever it is.
I know Fred's a bit bigger. No, you need something really fucking dirty.
I tell you one thing, that fucking water bug that I did last year was horrendous. That was really, really bad.
Fine.
What you had to do was you had to snap its wings off and then, ram it in there. And I managed to get it chilled, but that was like,
do you know, it's still behind us now. The thing is, I would have been fine. Obviously, I've been a bit sick when I did the other stuff. But I think I'd have been fine until I listened to Jay. And I didn't work it out in my brain. Once I'd done that first bit, why didn't I actually swallow it down with like a bit of vodka that I had? I didn't. I tried to swallow it down with a dry mouth like I'd just been sat there coming from desert. I didn't. I tried to swallow it. And
it was just so funny to watch.
Mate, I tell you now, it tastes a bit like nuts. And I don't mean the nuts maybe that other people are thinking of. It tasted a bit like nuts.
A lot of people have said that about a lot of like insects and stuff like that. Can you call a scorpion an insect? Is it an insect?
Yeah, it's an insect.
It's an arachnid, isn't it? I'm sure it's like part of the spider family, isn't it?
Well, it's still insects, even if you're a spider.
So a lot of people say that about I know Matt did the was it the crickets? He did crickets at one point. I think that might have been on one of the rollover shows. He ate some crickets and he said they tasted like nuts. I mean, Matt ate the spider. Oh God, he fucking nailed that.
I'll tell you what, as well as he worked it out as well, we know with the actual smoothies, see, mine were just like as thick as soup. I poured everything in. I don't think I'd ever do it. Brad, you're up for some sweaty nuts and oil like that. Just watch out for the knickers. The thing is, he did it so well because he sort of made it into a proper smoothie. Mine still had like lumps of whatever else shit I put in, snails and everything, and it burnt my nose.
It burnt your nose.
Just thinking about it now,
it
mate.
was so bad. I can remember, mate. I was kind of worried when you did that.
Oh,
I've got to be honest.
Not Night Owl. Lovely to see you, Night Owl, all the way from the US. Night Owl. I've caught up with loads of your stuff you're doing with the wrestling and that. Big love to you.
It's burning.
It's burning.
It's burning. You kept on doing. You kept.
Yeah, but you've got to remember the first time you did it, and mate, I was actually messaging you while you were still being sick on the toilet. You didn't get the memo of don't put everything into it.
Yeah, that was bad. It was the ramen noodles, wasn't it? I did the ramen noodles, and it was a case of we all three of us got sent a sachet of what was it? Not ghost chili. Oh, what the fuck do you call them? Carolina Reaper powder.
Yeah,
Carolina Reaper powder, and there was 3 sachets, all the same size, but apparently it had been discussed that you only put a teaspoon of it in. Well, I didn't see that. So I just rammed this whole sachet in these ramen noodles. And if you look at these ramen noodles, they look like hell's fire, right? I'm not even joking. I don't even think the video is up there now. I think it's being took down. But if you go back and if you were to go back and have a look, you see it. It's like fucking hell's fire, these noodles, right? And honestly, I took a few. I managed to get a good few forkfuls in, and that honestly for about an hour and a half, and bearing in mind this was a 12-hour live, for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, I was ill. I thought I was going to have to go to hospital.
Mate, I kept messaging you. I kept messaging you like you're all right.
Did I? I was sat on the toilet, guys, right? I was sat on the toilet getting spoon-fed yogurt off the missus.
It's always lovely, even if it's not kinky. Lee Armitage, yeah, it could be the 3 Freds. Matty Chandler, thank you so much, buddy. Night Owl, yeah, it is Canada. She's one of my oldest friends that I've casted with, not to do with vaping either. Please get over to Night Owl's channel and please give her a subscribe. She's lovely. She does lots of stuff with, like, you know, if you're making stuff, and then she does a bit of wrestling. Loads of stuff on her channel. Please get over there. She's really, really lovely. Gary Artland, nice to see you as well. Stevie, love you loads. Stuart, love to see you, bro. And also, I think we've got Darth Apron. Jane Dower, oh, you're getting lumps. Oh, they're fucking liquid. But there was one of them, though, that we tried, didn't we? That were supposed to be really horrible, but it were actually really nice. Really like Zaflora or something.
Yeah, the Zaflora one was really nice. And I liked the one that was supposed to be, I think it was supposed to be pizza. Or some sort of pizza. And it had, you could taste the oregano. Or oregano, as they might say. Oregano. Yeah, or you could taste the oregano on it. It was meant to... Give it a rewind.
On your oregano. We're going to sit down here, ladies and gentlemen, and play you through your aluminium.
Aluminum.
I couldn't remember what I was saying. It was just coming so fast in my brain.
Yeah, that was that. I liked the Zaflora one, but the cheese and onion one, oh my god, that was horrendous.
There was one that I had to throw the RDA away.
Do you know that'll be in the cheese and onion one, mate? I left the RDA soaking to try and get the smell out. Took it out, dried it all out, and it was still the same.
I'll tell you what, you know, everything that we did, obviously I'd been sick for like an hour. It was brilliant to start off with because I was with the UK Vape Show, so Adam was on.
Well, you were on 3 times.
I stayed on really for like 3 hours. And
you came on for the UK Vape Show slot. You came on for 3 Men in Vape shot, which is obvious. If you didn't, it'd have been strange. Come on for the 3 Men in a Vape one, and you were on for Sabs as well.
And I spent the last 2 of it being sick and then being sick.
Yeah, I think you did a challenge in all 3, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you do a challenge in all 3?
All 3. It was a little bit, honestly, my stomach, when I woke up in the morning, it was like I'd really been...
You are the funniest guy to watch be sick. I swear to God. Honestly, it's how high-pitched you go, mate. You go so high-pitched. It's the cough. It's like...
Oh, mate. I'm not good at being sick. And the thing is, I turn in to like the Ribena berry as well, because all the top of my head goes purple. Not good at being sick. It's like my brother's going, hey, I swallowed it, you're not going to bring it back up.
Yeah. It was fun. It's burning.
I'm just so glad I didn't shit.
You were probably close at one point.
Yeah, it was, a couple of bits.
Right. Didn't you turn around and say, I've just farted?
I farted twice. And you obviously got a leather chair, and I'm thinking it's going all the way up the back. And at the
It's
point,
good if you've got a leather chair though, because you can just wipe it off with wet wipes, can't you?
that
if
night,
it's proper leather.
That night, Louise was poorly, and I'm like, I had to go back and clean all the stuff up, and I was like, I still wish she'd have been there, but she was not very well. But
do you know what it is? The best thing is, right? The best thing about being in a shed, right, is that night, where that morning, I just went, bearing in mind there was all sorts of stink in here. I'm telling you, all sorts, right? I just went out the door, shut the door, locked the door, went to bed. Wait, I went and got a wash first because I was covered in all sorts of shit. And then went and got into bed, got up, walked in here to clean it up, thought, no, shut the door, went back in the house. I think it was 2 days later I cleaned it up. The Strommen was really bad. That was we didn't do that last time, but I think it's going to make an appearance on the next one.
It's got to. I'm not doing it, but it's got to be for you.
Which, ladies and gentlemen, the next charity live is in. It's all in motion. It is going to be in back end of June. That's nice. The way we've done the dates.
Just wanted to know, people in chat, who's going to Expo, because obviously you've got some news to talk about, haven't you, with the Expo?
Who has?
You has.
Yeah, so it's not a definite thing yet. Obviously, since doing the Misfits, we've kind of found that there's so many people out there that would not go to Expo because of, say, mental health issues or anxieties, things like that. So I'm trying. It might not happen this Expo. Can't guarantee it, but I've been talking to Jay over email, and he's going to try and sort somewhere out where there is going to be a space, not outside of Expo, because he said we could set something out outside of Expo, but I think that's a bit, you're going all the way out into the main entrance of the NEC. You could do that anyway. But to feel, so you still feel part of the Expo, just like kind of a place where you can go and sit and chill and, pull yourself back together, while you, if you ever get a bit panicky. So we're trying to sort something like that out around that. Don't know if it's definitely going to be this time, but next Expo is probably going to be a definite.
See, we've been pretty lucky. We've had normally a reviewers area. I'm not quite sure if he's doing that this year.
I don't think it's not on the floor plan.
Which would be lovely. Again, probably we'll have a bit of a chat with him. It was always lovely to have that sort of the reviewers sort of side of it. Mm-hmm. And it gives a place for people to come and say hello, which I hope anybody who is coming to the Expo, if you see either of us, make sure you come up and say hello. It'd be absolutely fantastic to see all of you.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like I say, if that does get done, where there's going to be kind of an area where there's going to be a lot of, kind of a quiet area, just slightly out the way of all the hustle and bustle and the crowds and things like that. I'll probably be spending quite a bit of time there, making sure everyone's all right and stuff.
I think a lot of people know, I've spoken about this plenty of times, on the Friday, which is the B2B, is where I normally go and speak to the vendors that I've dealt with over the years, go and speak to them about what they're doing, and it's always nice to say hello and thank you. And then the Saturday, I always love the point where everybody comes in. They're so happy, and I always record that little bit. It's like a time lapse and watching all these people come in. And then I go back and sit down and just chill out. And I probably leave about 3-4 o'clock-ish early. And then the Sunday I come back, and it's like a chill day Sunday. It's like you normally go around normally because I'm hungover on the Sunday. But I normally go around and do the juice people.
You hungover? Don't talk
never.
Wet.
Never.
What a shite. I mean, you see, I've been to Expo before. 3 times I've actually been to Expo, but this time it's going to be a little bit different because this is the first time where I've been like a YouTuber,
Yeah.
Kind of got I've just got authorized for one of the press passes, which I was really happy about. And it's going to be a little bit different for me this time, totally different experience. But like I say, I'm not particularly going for the which you're probably a bit the same as well. A lot of us go because it's, we all sit and talk to each other over Zoom and shit like that. You know what I mean? We all talk to each other pretty much all week, and then that's the only real chance that we get to have like that contact, that
Part
face
time,
to
yeah.
face contact, innit? You know, and that's what I'm really going for this year. I'm really, really looking forward to like seeing everyone and having a bit of banter and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's going to be class.
I think there's a lot of reviewers though who haven't had that chance. When you first ever go to be able to get your name out there, such as like you've got Ian Above the Clouds, you've got Blazing Vapes, you've got the Jackson Vapes reviews, them sort of people who haven't been able to have that interaction and say, look, I've got a channel, this is what I do. And you get a lot of them go, oh, you're brand new, this is what we like. Yeah, we're gonna start working with you. And a lot of these channels have not had that sort of way to do it. Where me, I'm quite happy to, like you said, me personally, I did that 6-7 expos all the way through them. I'm going there and a lot of my friends are not going, which is quite upsetting. There's a lot of us who are apparently in the clique, you know, the clique. A lot of them people are not going, which is upsetting because they're my family, a really close family, and I'm going to miss that they're not going to be there. And that's the reason why you go. Is that meat? You know exactly. It's like you came to.
It is. It's just like a big giant vape meat.
It is, and you can work out the people who
Jenny.
are false and people who are exactly the same as they are when you meet them here. Can't you?
Oh yeah, 100%.
And we've met up, and I'm exactly the same as what I am here. Is what I'm on.
It's weird though because you know when you sit and talk to people on Zoom all the time and that, and you think everyone's like everyone you see is the same height. Do you know what I mean? And then you actually get to meet them. You know, you see them on the screen and they're exactly the same height. They're all like this tall.
And they're all in a little tiny box about that big.
Sat on the chair, they're all this tall. Do you know what I mean? And it's like you could go like that with my head. Do you know what I mean? And then you get to meet people like in the dead tall or small. Do you know what I mean?
Flat Cap is just completely huge.
He is. He's massive. But because you talked, like the only time I've ever spoke to Flat Cap, apart from Expo, obviously, I met him at Expo, but the only time I've ever talked to him is through Zoom, and he's the same height as you on there. Do you know what I mean? We're all the same height as Mark.
Well, yeah, Mark, you see my brother, people can't believe how small he is. He's a bit of a tidgy boy. Well, he takes after my mum, you see, and I take after my dad. And then obviously we had a twin in between, but I ate him. But he
Nice one.
You know, he is. And my brother, he's so funny with Mark as well, because he just like trundles his way through, you know what I mean? But yeah. I see Adam's tall as well. Adam's about the same size as me. But then you've got tall, and then you've got like BFG, he's absolutely huge. Paul McCartney is one fucking unit.
Paul McCartney is he?
Oh mate, he absolutely devours me. Nothing to his out. It's just some sort of kinky shit that we like doing. But he is he's about 6'3", and he's a big unit.
I mean, the other thing is as well. It's a case of last time I went, I was kind of getting introduced to you guys. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because obviously the Misfits was born at Expo.
It was, yeah.
It was born at Expo.
I was there.
And yeah, and
I didn't make that sound, but it was near enough.
It was close. I've got Tourette's too.
Yeah, that were our thing. Obviously, I was pissed, and you went, wait a minute, I'm a fucking whatever I am, right? And I went, do you know, I've got, yeah. I said I've got Tourette's too. And then when I went out, you got Tourette's, and I'm so fucking sorry. I didn't realise.
Yeah, it's one of them. That last time I went, I was kind of getting introduced to people because of my Tourette's. I've always been a bit socially awkward if you go to like events and shit like that. Not really into going to meet people and shit like that. And obviously Chris, who we started the Misfits with, he took me over to meet like you guys,
True Vapor,
Vic, everyone. You know, he took me over to meet people. You know, and but this time it's going to be different for me in the fact that I know everyone already.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's going to be nice, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the Misfits viewers as well, because I know there's a few of them going. There's not loads. This is the thing, though. You hear down the grapevine all the time that there's loads of people that normally go that aren't going.
But yeah, I think the first one's going to be a little bit of a test it and see what happens. But I guarantee you are going to get a lot of people that are going to come up and sit down there and shake your hand. Mark H is one of the most wonderful stories of a friend who came a friend of it. I put a video up about how my mum passed away, with smoking, and how I watched her die, and me and Mark. And I put this sort of story of why vaping could have saved my mum's life, and it was just a little bit too late for it. And Mark, just out of the entire blue, came up and said, "Thank you so much for the video put there." It was exactly the same as what it was with my mum, and I totally know. We became friends straight away afterwards. It was like, as a person, because reviewers, it makes a difference. You're reviewing, different to anybody else. You're just somebody who actually shows a product off. So he came there and he shook my hand, and it straight away, mates for life.
Yeah.
And I think you'll have a hell of a lot of people who you've helped, the Misfits, not just you on your own, the team that you've got behind you. And there is a big team there.
I mean, most of them are in chat.
Yeah. The team that have done that, and we'll sit down there and get the... It's not so much the gratitude, it's more of the actual where they come to you and go, thank you. Thank you for being there, and it's a different type of show, and nobody.
I think sadly, it's come at like the wrong time for everyone. It's kind of we're just kind of coming out.
Wrong.
Do you?
I think
with regards to people going to Expo, I think it's come at the wrong time because we've kind of just come out of lockdown. Really, we've only just come out of it where we are 100% sure we're not going back into it, right? And because it was kind of, normally you're kind of planning the next Expo from October. So May's Expo, you're planning it from October. It only kind of got confirmed end of December, didn't it?
Yeah, I think you might be surprised on that. Do you know where I think the Misfits sort of came into its own was when lockdown came into? Like when people sat at home, and I think a lot of other people thought they hadn't got mental health problems, and they sort of came on, and that's where they had somewhere to go.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I mean Expo. I think it's come a little bit too early. Yeah.
What I'm saying to you is that I think it did. I think 100%. The Misfits came at the right time, but I think you'll be surprised the amount of people will turn up. I think people need that little bit of the... I think it'll be a little bit...
Matt, I'm selling kids to raise money. I think that's the thing. I think it's money wise. It's one of them things because people do like to put a bit of money away to go to Expo. That's the thing. The usual goers.
Right. So what
if you're just going for the social side, and honestly, right, I cannot stress this enough. Right, I genuinely cannot stress this enough to all the viewers. I genuinely cannot stress this enough. The social side is by far bigger than the actual Expo itself.
Oh, is it?
It is in it, mate.
And let me just explain that sort of side of it. When we first went to that Premier Inn, there was me, there was my brother, and there was Richard, V1CK, there was Todd's Vape Reviews, and there was the biker. Nobody else. And then the years afterwards, Vic came, we Gail and everybody else. The year after, and they were absolutely fantastic. And then people worked out where the reviewers were. So then it went straight after, and it got into. You saw last time how big it was.
Oh yeah,
it was the entire vape community took over the entire Premier Inn, and they must have 400-500 rooms.
Oh, it was unbelievable, It really was. I've got a bit of a story about my fucking booking, by the way. I only fucking booked for the 29th of January, didn't I? I booked Premier Inn.
New year!
I booked Premier Inn for the fucking 27th, 28th and 29th of January.
Oh, mate, I bet they were way
I was fucking wounded. I woke up on Monday morning, checked my bank, 75 quid gone out the Premier Inn. I was like, the cheeky bastards, I'm on flex. I shouldn't have to pay until the day. Fuck's sake. So I rings him up, booting off, saying, you cheeky bastards, you've told you were booked in for this weekend. I was like, no, I fucking wasn't, like. So anyway, they think it was a glitch in the system. It was a glitch in the system, and they are refunding.
It wasn't the
me.
glitch in the bottle of wine that you had.
No, of course it wasn't. Come on,
Mate, I've totally done that. I remember we went over to my uncle's funeral, and we booked the tickets there, and on the train all the way down to Southampton, going overway to Isle of Wight. So we're all sat on this fucking train, and I booked the tickets for the week after.
it's a total different story if you book it for a funeral, mate. I swear to God.
Oh, I totally
Totally different story. Mate.
And they charged us about 500 quid, and I tried to get it back, and they won't give us fucking back. My dad's going, "Have you sorted that money out yet?" Dad, I'm sorry.
Fucking nightmare.
I'm sorry. Take it out of my fucking inheritance. I don't want that doll anymore. Sell it.
Here, take me fish. Take me fish.
Don't take the fucking fish. I've just got a new filter for them fuckers.
Have you bought your new fish yet?
No.
I have to admit, I've been enjoying them vloguary.
Oh, mate, you're going to love today's. Today's
They're a good laugh.
fantastic.
They're a really
so
good
if you're
laugh.
not on that, my Patreon, I do a vlogger. What is it called?
Vloguary.
Vloguary. So you said February, it's Vloguary. Yeah,
He can spell it, but he can't say it.
I can't say it, no. Yeah, I could only spell it because I went on Google. But yeah, no, it's today's is quite good. The kids got involved in it and everything, so yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah. I've been enjoying watching them, taking the piss out of you.
Yeah, mate,
We hanging this wallpaper. We are hanging this wallpaper.
I held it.
You were sat there saying that bit don't go there. That bit don't go there. You what you doing? What you doing? No. That's shit.
Do you know, that wasn't actually on video, but that happened a couple of times. Whoa, you got it on fucking side down, love. Told you, top to bottom, it's got a T in it. You're going to have the proper T. She did so well to get this background up. And it was like, she said, can we have a cup of tea now? No, we need another fucking, I'm going to say slice then. We need another bit of paper up. That's what we need.
She has done a good job of it, though, a really good job, especially when it's the first time hanging wallpaper. Because I remember the first time I ever hung wallpaper in my living room, I actually did it long ways. What a nightmare that is. It was stripy wallpaper. The stripes were supposed to go that way, but Lisa wanted them that way.
It makes you slimmer.
Does it?
Yeah, it's stripes that way.
It did fuck off for me, mate.
So let me get this right. You had to turn the wallpaper that way to put it across sides.
Yeah.
That's how wallpaper goes.
Yeah, I did it and it looked class. So you can say what you want, mate.
Did it look really class until it fell off?
Yeah. Yeah, it was hanging off in all the corners and shit, but it looked really good.
I must admit, the first sheet we put up has now got some like crinkly bits, like a ball sack.
Has it?
Yeah, it's because we didn't. You know, like you've got to like slide the I would say the juice.
It's a bit like your forehead, then.
The paper juice, yeah. Do you know what? As well, it's you joking about this, right? I woke up the other day and there were a crease.
Oh, Aiden's getting Botox, guys. That'll be on the next vlog, you ready?
There were creases atop my head, and it's obviously I've started moisturising now.
Bless you.
You have to, because if you look now, look at that. I've got a fuffle.
You've got a little bumhole in the middle of your fucking head. A little bumhole.
It's not a bumhole, it's a fuffo.
It's a fufu.
It is, look, because you can see the clit at the top. See, they always said I were a cunt.
At least you found it, mate.
Yeah, little man in a bow. I'm so sorry for any of the lady listeners.
Yeah. To be fair, the lady listeners will be surprised you found it.
Yeah. I'm here. Why don't they have some sort of fucking GPS on it? I'd still miss it and get a piss flap.
I have to get in touch with Tony Stark.
Yeah. Oh, Jessica, thank you. It's just that bit of getting old, isn't it? And you get all these wrinkles and you do that and, whoa, man. I've turned into something that you'll be on Deep Space Nine.
So for the viewers anyway, Aiden's going to spend the next 10 minutes pulling funny faces.
Yeah.
He's just checking his forehead out.
So, anyway, Grizz, while we're here, obviously we can't let the actual viewers down. You're supposed to be doing the post back.
Oh, yeah, I can do the post back. Yeah, hang on.
So, we are, obviously Vic's not very well today. He's had a massive migraine, and the wonderful Adam has gone to bed in his pyjamas and his suspenders and other. News just in.
Oh shit! Aiden's just got an email saying he booked the wrong day at the Premier Inn.
Oh, no, it is Adam just saying that he's got his feet up in a position so everything doesn't get swollen.
Oh, nightmare!
Is it? So if you're obviously the people who are not here, who's and we will be doing a giveaway tonight as well, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be doing a bit of Rochford tonight, so but make sure you stick around. So,
yeah. So first out of the post bag today is Craig Darth Vapor Melberg.
That's
one of your lovely Patreons. Lovely dude. Hi, I'm Hannibal Lecter, and I'm hungry. He hasn't said his age. Oh, no, he might have. Hang on. Oh, he has. Sorry, I preempted that too quickly. Hi, I'm Hannibal Lecter, and I'm hungry. Has anyone got a spare rib? I'm about 80, I think. Does pineapple belong on pizza? And if you could invent your own, what would you put on your pizza? Well, go on, Aiden. You can go first.
Me personally, I don't mind a bit of pineapple on pizza, do you?
I'm not even going to answer that.
I honestly, I really don't mind it.
It's vile.
Oh, a bit of tuna and...
See, anyone that knows me, I don't like fruit or veg. But, come on.
I quite like it.
Yeah, all right. I'll let you have
what if I was going to make... Do you know if I was going to
pizza?
make it up, like a pizza that I was going to make up...
Doesn't have to have pineapple on.
No. What I'd probably go with... I'd probably go with chocolate sauce, cream, and sprinkles. Maybe strawberries.
Wow.
It's a bit more of a crepe.
You see, being part of the Misfits, and you should have felt the same as this because you've done all the challenges and shit, right? There's nothing I hadn't done. Do you know what I mean? I've had a fucking water bug. Surströmming. Yeah, fuck it. Let's make a pizza with surströmming on.
Well, mate, that's not going to work, is it really? You're not going to be able to eat it. You're not going to be able to bring it in your house.
Right, who's next? Craig Welsh. To all casters, lawmakers of the world, give us a choice. Lawmakers of the world, give us a choice. Legalise, promote vaping worldwide at the cost of one of your top setups. Mod at your tank and juice being one setup. Or open everything at the cost of a universal tax, providing it's lower than combustibles.
Just while I'm sat there, Flint Man stuck up for me. No wrong with Hawaiian. I'd give up. I've got plenty of really good setups, so I would give up any setup just so that they could actually promote how great vaping is. We spoke about this last night on 3 Men and the Vape Show. It is the best way for somebody to stop smoking. And something that I missed out last night that I really want to say is somebody did sit down there and say, look, they had a hand check of nothing because they'd quit vaping. That's the whole be-all and end-all. If you want to carry on vaping, that's up to you. But the whole end product is that you stop smoking and you stop vaping. And well done to them people who have done it.
100%. I mean, I've got to be honest, I'm the same. I've got loads, like, favourite setups. If it was your top setup, I've got loads of top setups that I would probably, they're all packed away now because some of them are knackered and stuff like that. Because I've been vaping such a long time now, I've got loads of my favourite setups are just broken now. Don't work. So I could easily just give them up, you know, to promote it. Like that's what we're doing, eh? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'd rather see the world, especially the US. I'd so love to see the US embrace vaping.
You've got to feel for the US,
yeah, massively,
especially the reviewers and stuff like that as well. You know, they've had a really, really rough ride, haven't they?
Well, you said that with a chuckle in your voice.
I know, which is really wrong.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
As if you pointed that out, you fucking asshole.
I'm so sorry her hair fell off. She's had a rough time.
sake.
PVA glue, love. PVA glue.
Right, we've got William Dobson. Fluff, age, can't remember. Planet Fluff from Planet Fluff a lot. Whilst going through the Skeptical Nebula, after a couple of days heavy drinking, we picked up a broadcast and was someone's smart idea to head over and ask a question to all casters. Do you think ultrasonic vapes have finally got all the kinks worked out with the release of the new pod system?
No. I've not tried the new one from Aspire. That's supposed to be on its way. It's not arrived yet. But no, the ones that I've tried. So I can't really go with the one from Aspire.
Did you just pump?
Mate, that was a Supersonic.
Was it? Supersonic pump. He's using his superpower from the other one.
It was, yeah, Mr. fucking Supersonic. Mate, to me, he doesn't smell the same. No, I don't think it works.
I mean, for me, I've never had an ultrasonic vape.
I have. I'm not quite sure.
I haven't tried one. See, I'm not a reviewer either, so I don't get the chance.
I think there's been a couple of reviews out about them. I've not watched them. I don't watch that many other reviews, so I'm not quite sure. But you don't get that heat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not a massive heat.
See,
vapor.
I like the heat.
But I like it warm. I don't like it when it's toasty. But with these, is that they're so cold, you get nothing.
See, I like where it starts to burn my lips.
Don't say
it's a bomb. It's a bomb.
But yeah, no, I think the Sonic sort of way of it is got. If you like a cool vape, then yeah, I think that's okay. The battery life as well is terrible.
With regards to working kinks out, though, has anyone ever really worked every kink out? Do you know what I mean?
In what? I think there's been lots of stuff. There's to me, in my eyes, there's been lots of perfect RTAs. There's been lots of perfect RDAs, and it's very hard to beat them. It's, you know what I mean? If you get that flavour, and the biggest thing as well, we said this before, if you get a device that you like, you don't need to change. You don't have to try another juice. Stick with what you want. If you're happy with what you've got, as long as it's keeping you off them stinkers, that's number one. Keep off them stinkers. And even if you do have the one or two, it doesn't matter. It's the ones that you're not smoking that save your life.
100%. Right. You won't need to brace yourself for the next one because it's Kieran Doyle and it says at the bottom, see more. You know that's going to be a nightmare. So, hello, it's me again, Mr. McPube. You won't believe this, but I've finally been washed. But before I explain my absolute joy, I have to tell you that I am a lone survivor. At 8:30 a.m. this morning, my fellow pubes were killed by Vic and his shavers of doom. They were mowed down like paedophiles at the school, mowed down like Jimmy Savile at the teenage disco, and cut up like toast soldiers. Where did I get sliders from there? Sliders and soldiers.
It's close.
Sliders.
We're going to start calling you Harley.
Fucking sliders. My reading's horrendous. Cut up like toast soldiers, which is hanging on from Vic's nuts. After pleasant... Oh, I've skipped lines now. Which is Vic's favourite breakfast, because he's a big child. I am currently hanging on from Vic's nuts. After pleasantly killing my fellow pubic friends, he then decided to use the Hoover to dispose of us, hanging on for dear life, but at the same time pissing myself laughing as Vic got his penis sucked up by the Hoover. I definitely needed to jump over there. So his penis sucked. His penis sucked up by the Hoover. Oh, God.
What's the fucking question, son?
And it got stuck. A lovely trip to the hospital. I am no longer inside pink panties. I am in a lovely red lacy thong with little bows on it. Unfortunately, Vic's bandaged widget kind of ruins it. Don't forget to use Ow My Widget 10 on proper coils. Now, I would like to ask all casters, what is your most embarrassing injury? Remember, there's something about Mary? Yes, I once caught my foreskin in the zip of my jeans. Fucking hell, I have really lowered the tone here, lol. Thanks, your friendly neighbourhood Irishman. Dear me. There we go. So anyway, the question
I did try to do a bit of sign language to help you along with that.
The question is, I would like to ask all casters, what is your most embarrassing injury?
I've not really had an embarrassing injury, if I'm totally honest with you. I remember when I was about 12-year-old, one of my bollocks swelled up really bad, and my mum had to get the doctor out, and it was a lady doctor. I think I would have been about 11. And I went, it's all right.
Did you get excited, mate?
I were hoping I wasn't, to be honest with you. That'd be the last thing that, lady doctor coming in, prodding around that area. I think if she got her moves out, I'd be sat there going, but no, I was so embarrassed. In fact, it shrunk.
Nightmare.
It went,
See, it's in them moments, it's usually better if it grows in it.
It is, yeah, than standing up.
Yeah. My most embarrassing injury? God, I've probably blanked them all out of my mind. But speaking of bollocks, I had a ball cut off.
What, you've only got one
That's
ball?
got to count. Yeah. Mate, I thought you watched the Misfits.
I do, yeah. I probably remember this, but I've had a beer.
Yeah, my lefticle. Got it cut off.
Not the righticle.
Yeah, cancer. Got it cut right out.
So, obviously, when you went there...
So it is an embarrassing injury if someone goes to fail them and, like, one of them's, like, slightly more round than the other.
Can you imagine that? Not telling the doctor, well, look, I've got some really bad news for you. One of your testicles have disappeared.
Yeah, it's just it's departed.
Yeah. So, was this before or after you had kids?
One after and one before.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, all you
still
need
works.
It
still works.
It's one ball.
Two prams these balls have.
Did you find there was less of the prima donna stuff?
The semen, mate.
Yeah,
yeah. You can't call it semen. We're after the watershed.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, the watershed. The baby juice.
I've never noticed a difference. If I'm honest, this is getting very personal, mate.
Don't hold a minute. So
I'm feeling a bit uncomfortable.
But you've lost one ball. I wanted to know: is the same amount coming out at the end? Is it more talcum powder, or is it more the full stuff?
What does it just go poof?
It's like fucking Johnson's, when you squeeze it too much, you go, oh fucking hell, it's gone everywhere. This love,
piff puff. The
piff puff born. It's all right, love. Don't have to wash your hair now.
Right, next question.
Oh, he's going straight off that.
I am.
He's cutting straight off the nuts.
Yeah, but it is embarrassing, though, isn't it? You know what I mean? If someone goes to fail them and like you one of them is.
How many people? Hold on a minute. Let's roll back.
I only have one person failing them, but like if it's just weird.
No, anyway. Is it for? You've got to think about it. Your other ball's got more room. It must be going. Oh, this is ace. I've got loads of space, mate. Another child. It's working. It's happening.
Oh yeah, it's class.
And it's also kept you alive, which is even better.
Jenny, have you just overclocked one of them to match the work of two?
See, the thing is, I heard you only get a bucket and a half.
It's actually a bucket and 3/4.
Well, there you go. See, I just think you overused one.
The thing is, right, apparently, when you fire, you only fire from one anyway.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. I looked into this, especially when I was going through all this shit, because I knew like that was instantly my first port of call.
Is that the reason why one's bigger than the other?
I don't know. I haven't got a clue. I don't know that much.
But
I know. According to the thing, you only fire from one.
So if anyone can let us know in chat which one you fire from.
And how often do you reload?
Yeah. And if you do you do it on Twitch?
And if you do, can you send the link?
Coco. Well, I want to sing fucking Coco Jumba now. I don't know why.
Right, next question. Paul Doling. Is it Doling or Dolling or...
Whichever way you want to fucking say it, dude.
Paul
It's your
Doyle.
show.
Vape addict from Doncaster, age-old, homeless, lives in a tent under Bentley Bridge. You're not
Right, so he
then?
lives near me. I've never met this bloke. I've seen him about. He's actually down the road from me. So big love to you, brother. If you ever see me, please say hello.
Lives in a tent under Bentley Bridge to Wall Plain. Round Canthol wire. Do you still use it for your builds? No.
Yes. I think round wire, there's a lot of builds, especially if you're doing it low builds. You're going to get a lot more flavour. All these clapped, obviously I use a lot of proper coils. Remember to use Little Bro Vapes 10.
Or Pink Panties 10, or Camber Van Vic 10.
Yeah, none of the other ones will work, but mine will work. Round wire, just a simple round wire build. Sometimes in an RDA,
Really, Jessica.
It will give you such a great flavour, more than these Claptons or anything else. Just a simple round wire build. And if you're not getting something from an RDA that you think you should do, please try just a little bit of round wire. You don't need to have the gauge. Just get one of the blue screwdrivers, wrap it round. Five wraps. Roughly probably come out around about 2.5. Somebody will tell me that I'm wrong, but it's roughly like that. Round wire is so simple to use, and you get such a good flavour from.
See, I buy pre-made coils anyway, so...
Honestly, round wire, it gives you such a great flavour. Nothing wrong with it.
Right,
complicated builds are really good, but normal round wire.
Right, we've got Martin Hart. Mark Todd, still a prick in the shed with a dog. 31, on the east coast of Scotland. Each caster is given £1 million but can only claim their money after completing an evil challenge. I'm going to skip Adams and Vic's because obviously they're not on. Aiden has to, 1, drink another Misfits smoothie, or watch Man United win the Champions League again.
I'll drink a smoothie. What do you mean again? They've only won it twice. In fact, have they won it 3 times? Has Man United won it 3 times? I think.
I haven't got a clue. I don't follow football at all.
I think it's 3 times. Let us know in chat. I was thinking twice, but it might be 3 times. They got lucky once.
Grays has to either down a Misfits smoothie in one go or sacrifice his beloved Titan Valhalla V2. I think it means the Hog XL Valhalla V2 setup. I've got to be honest, I'm going to go for the Misfits smoothie. Now, that's not 100% saying that I'm going to succeed, because I've never once managed to down a smoothie in one. Everyone knows what my gag reflex is like.
I was close.
Not happening.
Can you just read out the other 2 so we can actually talk about the other 2?
So you've got Adam has to vape only Honey Badger for a year, or watch Liverpool win the Premier League title again.
I know he'd take the easy route out and know that Liverpool are going to win it again anyway, so he'd go for Liverpool.
And Vic has to permanently give up vaping all Roxford Project juices, or Kyle Wick and vape the Aqua FX in under half an hour. He's 100% going to Kyle Wick and vape the Aqua FX. There's no way he's giving up that Crimson Seed.
No, totally. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget as well, we're going to roughly in about 15 minutes do a little bit of a giveaway. The wonderful Rochford Project. So please hang around for that.
Right, next one we've got JP Vapes, James Powell.
We love JP.
To all casters, if you can build a mod, your perfect mod, what would it be? That's how it's built, materials used, chip and features.
Mine would be a dual 21700. It'd have a C frame. I love C frames. I think it's so easy to put your batteries in and out. It would have to take at least a 30mm ATI. And it would have a simple menu such as like the Quest or that way on, even down to that PVI, the one that I did the review of. Just such a simple menu, doesn't need to have too many things on. And I would totally get rid of temperature control. Maybe add it as a firmware upgrade. If you used it, you could then upgrade it and add that to it. But I would just get rid of that off a straight menu.
Have you ever actually used temperature control?
Never.
No, neither
I've used it to test, especially in the younger days of the channel. But now I just don't. It's not something that I know people use. I know there is certain people who do, but for me personally, I don't.
Yeah. Me, it's going to be a mech straight away. I would probably series 21700s, at least a 30mm latty, like Aidan said, and it would be made out of stab wood.
Just read next question, bro.
Oh, Aidan's gone. Aidan's gone for a poo.
It's a big poo. Read next question.
Aidan's gone for a poo. I'm going to read the next question. I've got no one to fucking read it to because he's gone for a shite. Right, hang on. Let's have a look. We have got, the next one is Donny Wong. Hello there, casters. A Sino orangutan from the land below the wind, North Borneo, celebrating Chinese New Year. First question, what is your most memorable Chinese food, if you ever had one? And secondly, why was it memorable? Was it good or bad? Or you had a date at a Chinese restaurant, or the waitress serving you was just cute? This is probably going to be controversial, right? I'm going to go for my my most memorable Chinese food, right? I haven't tried it, but it's got to be bat. And the reason I don't like it, the reason it's memorable, is because it created the Rona. Apparently.
I missed that bit. Right. Say it again.
Right, I'll read the question again. I knew I would have to do this. I knew I'd have to do this. Hello there, casters. A Sino orangutan from the land below the wind, North Borneo. Donny Wong it is. Celebrating Chinese New Year. First question. What is your most memorable Chinese food, if you ever had one? And secondly, why was it memorable? Was it good, bad, or you had a date at a Chinese restaurant, or the waitress serving you was just cute? I said mine was bat. I've never tried it, but the reason it's memorable is because it created the Rona.
I'm going to go again. I'm going to go back into like my teens, and I was singing. I met this bird whose actual dad was a really big comic.
I'm waiting for you to say you had one of them things that looks like a penis that comes out the sea, and they cut the thing off and it squirts all over the place.
So anyway, I decided we were going to go for a Chinese. So I took out probably about 60 quid. Now you got to think we're going back quite a number of years ago. I thought it's going to be absolutely fucking fine. So she knew I was a singer. I knew her dad, who was a comedian. She was a rather large girl, but she was absolutely lovely, a really nice girl. So we turned up to this restaurant, Chinese restaurant, even then we know, like with a spinny table thing around it and everything. So I thought that we were just going to sit down there. We was going to have like a main meal each, and then we were just going to go into town. No, that didn't work out that way. So we started off. She wanted a starter. She didn't just like go for a cheap starter, and I'm going, so I'll just wait for the main. So she had the starter. She had 2 bottles of wine. I'm like, whoa, but they brought 60 quid out. And then she went for the... So I ended up, right, and I calculated in my head. You know if you ever go shopping with your wife, you can't start calculating in your head, right, that's that much. We spent about 80 odd quid. She'd already done about 80 before we got to the fucking pudding, right? I'm sat down there eating beef fried rice, and she's like lobster. So, so good.
End of date.
You won. So I phoned my mate up. And I went, do me a favour, mate, come and drop me some money off. Literally, come and drop me. He said, how much you want? I'll drop me another 80 quid off. We're actually going for pudding. He turned up to she went, are you a drug dealer? I went, what do you mean am I a drug dealer? She went, well, why did you have to go and collect some more money for it? I daren't say, look, I'm not being funny.
It's your fucking menu choices, you fucking greedy bitch.
Do you know what? It's all right. I pay for the taxi into town, into Doncaster. She says, You don't eat much, do you?
You don't eat much. No, I don't. You ate it all for me. Greedy bastard.
She drank more than me as well. So anyway, I said, right, I'll leave you to go. Do you know what normally...
must have been high, mate.
Mate, I believe me, I'd normally buy a taxi back home, but I was sat down there with about 5 left after we've done the full night. You're coming back to mine, I'm thinking I can't even...
Did you say, no, I'm walking.
I'm walking home, love. I'm walking home, love. Yeah.
Right, next one. Good day, John Herbsman or Campo. Good day, custards from the Philippines. Herbsman or 5 here. Just want your take on the Geek Vape G-Box as an all-day squonk mod. Is it still good for a 3-year-old device? There are Dovepot topside dual here, but they cost an arm and a leg. But the G-Box is usually on clearance sale. Thanks, casters, for the entertainment.
The G-Box... if I'm totally honest with you, I've never had it, so I can't really give you a complete and utter. If Vic had been here or maybe Adam, I can't really give you an honest answer to that because I've not reviewed it or not tried it.
Me neither. I've got to be honest. Like I say, I'm not a reviewer, so I don't get to try shit.
It's like sometimes he's an absolute brilliant bloke. Stuart Gill, he messages me and said, "What do you reckon to this?" If I don't know it. I can't comment on it, and I wouldn't like to try and say, look, anything. I don't pretend. If I don't know about it, I won't tell you about it.
Right, last question. Tyler Flint, which is Tyler's Coils. We've got Hippie Bogan from America, age 420. Fucking hell, mate. Nightmare. And you've just had to go through COVID at 420-year-old. Wow. To all casters, what is your absolutely no way in hell setup and juice combo? AKA the worst of the worst vape gear known to man. Have a great day.
The first one I would go for is a couple of the 888 vapes. They're absolutely... I don't know where they get the concentrates. But like I said last night on the show, some of their stuff is really, really nice. And if somebody is on a budget... I think their cherry that they do is so nice.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things you've got to say about 888 vape, and it. Some of it's fucking dog shit, but some of it is really, really nice, and it's cheap.
It's cheap, and if you're on a budget, then that's what you're gonna get. If I went sort of devices ways, if you're gonna go like mainstream, I'd go a couple of the Smock stuff. But if I wasn't, I would go for there was a kit that I got sent from Amazon. It wasn't actually from Amazon, but it was the company who was on Amazon. The kimono something it was. It were all in one, and it was just absolutely pants.
Me?
They actually sent zero juice out with it. This was before the TPD. They sent zero juice out. How's somebody going to be able to do that? You know what sort of change we've got?
Stupid, isn't it? With me, I'd have probably... I can only really think of a tank that I would never, ever use again. Like, I got it thinking it was going to be awesome. You know, when you first start vaping and you start moving up to these bigger mods and bigger tanks and shit like that, the only one I would ever say I would never, ever use again is the Cloud Beast King, the TFV. I think it was the TFV 12, the Smock.
Yeah.
Because that leaked like fuck. You know, everyone goes on about the Kylan leaking, right? Honestly...
The coils don't last very long either.
Everyone goes on about the Kylan leaking, right? And I have never, ever had a tank leak as bad as that Cloud Beast King. It was horrendous. And bearing in mind, the price tag on it when it first came out wasn't a cheap tank.
There were the Alien. All the paint fell off. You've had I think it's the Septimal. I think it was done by Daniela Westbrook or something like that. It was like a device that had 12 milligram of 12 milligram. It had 12 mil of juice in it, and it had an RDA on top. Just spilt it all out everywhere.
That Cloud Beast King
Skyhook. Skyhook.
Skyhook.
Not the Septum.
Yeah, that Cloud-Based King was horrendous. Honestly, that's the one thing I would say. Mod-wise, I've got to be honest, I've never really had a bad mod because I've always watched reviews and seen what's good to come out. And that's a big thing about reviewers. You know, you watch the people's reviews and see them, and you know what to get. You know what's decent.
The biggest thing that if I ever watch a review for a device is that you've got to look, are they reviewing it in the way of that they're putting it to a Ferrari, or they're trying to put it in the same thing as an Escort? Put it into the bracket that it's supposed to be into. If you're then going to go to a Geppetto mod, which Vic likes, or if you're looking at the Vicious Ant or all like that, then yeah, put it in that sort. If you're paying that money, but if you're trying to put a £25 RDA to a £100 RDA, you can't do it. You've got to put it into its bracket, and you've also got to do a shit sandwich. My opinion is my opinion. What you think about this is down to you. So go and watch my review, have a look round what you think of it, and then go and look at somebody else's review and somebody else's review, and then make your own mind up. You're just here to give your point of view on it. It doesn't mean that if I say it's shit, that it is actually shit. It might mean that I don't like it personally, but other people might like it, and you might like it. The vape devices from when I ever first started 6 years ago, well, even longer. Obviously, I was dual using, but when I started getting into this sort of scene, it's totally changed. There's not many devices that come out now that haven't got bad flavour or badly designed.
Yeah.
And one of your favourites is one that you'll never go wrong with, which is Steam Crave.
Well, I love Steam Crave. I love Steam Crave and I love Vapors Cloud. I've never ever had anything bad from Vapors Cloud.
Lost Vape as well. Lost Vape, if you keep going with the Quest chip, in my eyes, I don't think there's that much difference between the Quest chip and the DNA. It's on the same run of it. I don't think there's that much difference of it. It's a really good one. I know a lot of people have got the old chip that they were using. The Quest chip is absolutely fantastic.
I mean, the thing is as well, you can get better results from cheaper mods than you can really expensive mods as well. That's one of the biggest things. I mean, I bought. Can you remember when the G Class first came out? G-Class. Can you remember when the G Class came out and they brought the black? It had like a leather pattern on and shit. It was like a limited edition version, and I bought that G Class. And mate, I never took it out of my shed. Right, never took it out of my shed. It sat in here all the time. Right, it never went in my van. Never went to work with me. Because I think it was 180 quid for the mod, right? And I left it in here, and mate, the paint fell off it. The paint fell off it. At £180, the paint just fell off. I had a massive argument with SX Mini at Expo about it, saying it was user error and that. You can't prove against that. You can't prove against that. You know what I mean? And then you get another mod that's say 60 quid. You know, and the paint stays on it like anything.
Just going there with Jenny said, I don't know where you went down which avenue you went down to try and get the customer service done. If you go onto their Facebook page and speak to a couple of people on there, they'll point you in the right way. I've still got mods that are here from years and years and years ago, which are still working. There's never been a massive problem that I've had, but if you're having a problem, please get in touch with their Facebook group. I think it's Mia or Maya. Get in touch with them. I've had no problem, and a lot of people that I've dealt with over the spectrum of Steam Crave have never really had a problem. A lot of people say about Lost Vape as well, but again, Lost Vape, you will speak to the right people, they're going to get it sorted. They don't like bad publicity, and they're nice people.
I'm just looking at what Mark H said there, Limitless iJoy XL. The Limitless XL. I used that once and put it back in the box. It's still in the box now. It got used once. It was shit. It was so shit.
I had one that had I think it was called a fish something. So it was like you had the RD. It was an RDTA, but then the airflow went through like a whizzy thing. So when you actually
a spiral, you mean?
Yeah, it's
not a whizzy thing.
It was literally like and he made that noise, and that was supposed to help with the airflow. I think it was somebody's bad idea when they're off the tits on something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the Valerian brought stuff like that out, didn't they? When they released their tank, they brought stuff out that altered the airflow, where there was pins you could put in. Was it the Valerian? There was pins you could put in the bottom of the Valerian that altered the airflow. Valerian, then, sorry.
What are you on about the Vertex?
No, the Valerian. It came with pins that you put in the bottom.
The Valerian, I might be getting the wrong name here. The Valerian was a tank from Uk.
Yeah.
Stock coil.
Yeah, and it came with pins. I'm sure it was that came with pins where you could put it in the bottom and it altered the way the airflow went through.
It was not Vertex. It was came from it wasn't Geek Vape. More mouth along, wasn't it? Now the Valerian's more direct along. Just back there, Jenny's saying you need to get in touch with the right people, and please tell them that's what you've got, because normally the actual customer service from Steam Crave is really good. I'll put you on to some people.
Anyway, that was the last question. So thank you very much for everyone that put in for the casters questions.
Ladies and gentlemen, next week
Next
week will be totally and utterly different. Obviously, we're going to be back, and also we've got the auction as well, haven't we?
Yep. Yeah, the auctions are next week and the week after, provided Vic's well.
Happens, mate. So it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still going to give you a bit of a giveaway, and it is from the Rochford. So please put in Rochford. The Valerian one. Mark H saying Valerian one. You might be right.
I'm positive it came with little airflows, little airflow adapters. I'm sure it did. You've put Rochard.
Have I?
Yeah, Rochard.
Oh, sorry. Don't do that. Don't put that in. Don't put that in there.
Well, it makes you know whether people are watching or not.
Put Rochford in. I've done it right answer this time.
Yeah.
Rochford. Put that in, people. Don't put the other one in. That's what you get. See, I don't normally do this. Vic's normally doing it.
Well, according to my chat, everyone from Bill Richards to Stuart needs to put it in again.
Just put it in, ladies and gentlemen. I've not made it so that if you're anti-spam, I've not made it so stick your name in. Also, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to join us next week on the UK Vape Show. Also, don't forget to join us on the Misfits. While you're just there as well, do a little bit of a thing. Put a couple of thumbs up as well. A couple of thumbs up always helps my channel for a change. Stick them all up. What time can they get the Misfits?
Yeah, the Misfits is on 9:30 on a Sunday, over on the Vape and Misfits channel. I'll pull the link up now, or if I don't know if you spanned me, have you?
Put your name in, I'll span you. I thought you were already a spanner.
No, I've just put hello in the middle of all the Rochford things.
Hello.
Is it me you're looking for?
I can see it in your eyes.
I can see it in your smell.
Is it your feet or is it your fanny? Your eyes are open wide.
It's kippers I can smell. I'll pull the link up now for the Misfits. Hang on. Give me a second because I'm not very quick with this.
I'll tell you what, Bob, all this, please send me a little bit of an email, all of you. If you've had a load of trouble with Steam Crave, I've reviewed for him for a long time. And if that's what you're feeling that you're getting as some sort of, which obviously, Bob, he had massive rattle on his buttons, which we haven't. There's no rattles at all on this device. It's absolutely fucking brilliant.
I've seen a few people mention that.
But he's got proper battery rattle, button rattle. So he spent his money. Get in touch with me, mate, and I'll pass it over. I'll say, look, these are subscribers who have watched my review of it, and they've gone out and bought it, and they're saying it's not working right, and that's where you probably get a bit further forward. But
I think that's one of the good things about watching YouTube reviewers, isn't it? as well. Getting in with the YouTube reviewing scene. I think that's one of the good things that was about that media lounge, right? And I've got to say this, the media lounge that was at Expo. I think that was brilliant because it was kind of embracing the YouTube community side of things, I do hope they do that again. Because I think YouTube, well, in the UK anyway, because I know a lot of the American YouTubers have kind of sacked it off now, haven't they? But I think it's brilliant that the Expo did kind of embrace the YouTube community as well.
Yeah.
So I do hope that they do that again.
I think the way like Steam Crave, Lost Vape, and people like that, if you're not getting the service that you're getting, then we need to be pulling that up. We need to be telling them. Ladies and gentlemen, we've only got 24. How many people are watching? I think last time I looked are about 65.
63.
63 people. There's only 24 eligible users. Come
Get
on,
that Rochford typed in.
We'll do it again.
I'm not typing in because I'm not entering.
Come on, people, get that in. It's coming out of Vic's stash as well, so make sure it's also...
There'll be no Crimson Seed. No chance.
Fucking no.
It is nice Crimson Seed, though. I don't blame him.
It is really nice, yeah. I'll be honest with you, I'm due some proper coils as well, ladies and gentlemen. So I could have probably put a couple of coils in there, but I'm due.
Do you know what was weird about Crimson Seed, right? Jay sent me, which I tell you what, the way he sends his packages out is unreal. When he sends the little envelope thing. Yeah. He sends it with the little envelope with the little handwritten note thing. Oh, mate, I was buzzing with that. I've still got it. Sent a little note out, and it had, I think it was a bottle of lemon meringue and a bottle of Crimson Seed. Now, I absolutely fell in love with lemon meringue, so I probably wouldn't have even tried Crimson Seed, but I rang out of lemon meringue and lemon meringue. And I thought, you know what? I'll give that Crimson Seed a try. And honestly, it's fucking amazing because the flavor profile is it's not something I would normally go for, but it's really nice.
It is beautiful. I tell you, it's a special bloke as well. He's there to support. It's just an absolute amazing bloke. Really, really good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to roll your giveaway. We've only got 27. 27 is surprising. We're going to roll it. And it is Vapor Queen Becky.
Boom, Becky.
Boom, Becky, boom. You know what to do. Get in touch with Little Bro Vapes. I'll just put that in. Bro. I think her husband or a partner won it not so long ago. Bro,
I think he's Free Rider. Is that Free Rider?
It is, yeah.
Free Rider Vapor. Sure it is.
Well, bro, it comes down to that point of the evening where we've all got to say goodbye. Bro, thanks so much. It's been nice for us to have a bit of a chill-out show.
It has. Yeah.
I'm so sorry that the UK Vape Show wasn't on. Obviously, like I said, Vic wasn't very well, so Adam had already gone to bed in his suspenders, and me and Sean thought, well, I'll tell you what, we're not going to leave it that bad. We're going to keep it rocking and rolling.
Yep.
Say goodbye, Sean.
Yep. I'm not used to going first. Oh, God, what have you done? Yes, that is us. Remember to drop in on the UK Vape Show next week. We will be back over on Vaping with Vic channel. I've thoroughly enjoyed doing this for you, mate. I really have. It's been really good fun. Other than that, remember to catch the Vaping Misfits over on the Vaping Misfits channel. I did drop a link in earlier. I'll drop it in again now. Shameless plug and all that.
Mate, I'm sure Bill will do it, or the wonderful Matty.
I've dropped it in. I've done it already dead quick because I had it already copied and pasted.
You sexy mofo.
Make sure you jump over and drop us a sub, or even just watch the show. There's no need to sub if you don't want to. Come over,
fucking
watch the
sub
show if you enjoy it. All right, Ian.
Fucking sub. If you're there, press that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. Do it.
Fucking sub, you bastards. All right. No, drop us a sub. I'm sure everyone in here has probably already dropped us a sub. But if you know, share the link out or whatever. You know, I think we're on 7 something subs now. Love to hit that 1,000 before the charity live. But the charity live is going to be back end of June. We've tried to keep it a little bit away from Expo because we normally do it on Expo weekend because obviously COVID's been on, Expo hasn't been on, so we've been doing it on Expo weekend. But we are going to do it around about the back end of June, and you'll see me and probably Aidan and Matt Chandler eating some horrible shit. All planned by Lynn Haynes, who's in chat, and Jane Dowd, who's in chat. Yeah, they're all shitheads. All right, anyway, that's me. Thank you. And always remember, fuck shit and monkey tits. Bye!
Ladies and gentlemen, big love to you all. Thank you very much for joining us for this, not the UK Vape Show. Big love to you all. Vic, I hope you get better, mate. Adam, I wish you could have joined us, brother. It's not the same without you being here. But we did a show. So that means something. And it's, I'll say now, Sean, me and you are probably massively close mates, aren't we, bro?
Yeah.
I love just spending time with you. We have the same sense of humour, the same sort of person, and I love you so much. And please, if you're around when you see us at Expo, please just come and say hello, because you'll have exactly the same as what you get here. Big love to you all. Make sure you join me, 3 Men on a Vape Show. Make sure you join us back for the UK Vape Show as well. Big love to you all. Thank you so much for joining us. And it's going to be a bit of like it's an outro. Night.
Bye.
Love you all. Good night.